Mike Fields and
that ethereal.
Have you done it?
No, I'm supposed to next month.
Oh yeah, that's right. They said it. Okay, they said that they were gonna. So it's a college crowd. For the most part, there's there's a little bit of both, but it's college. So like you're in there really trying to make material that's like relatable. Because even Starks, like Larry Starks, the headliner, and like he was saying some shit and they were like, because he's 39, you know.
They were just staring at him.
Well, because some of the stuff we would say, like even me, and some of the stuff we would say, because Evan went up first, and he's that age. He's like 21, I think 22. So it was Evan a lot of his frat bros were there, and he was like, they were relating to him obviously, and then I'm getting up there and I'm like, okay, man, they probably don't even. I'm 29, but I'm like, they don't even know what I'm talking about probably, you know. So I kind of had to. I mean, I got him, and then I riffed on something about, because they all went to like Catholic school or something, and
where was this at last night?
This was on Wednesday at Ethereal Brewing in Lexington.
Oh, okay, so you traveling?
It's
okay.
right. Yeah, it was right by campus.
Okay.
Like right across the street from campus, and they all went to Catholic school, and Evan made a joke about being in Catholic school and molestation or something. I was like, yeah, they didn't molest me, and I was pissed because I got a fat ass or something. And that was like the biggest laugh that I had gotten. Like they loved that shit. And then I went into a whole riff about like, you know, getting fucked in Catholic or something. And I was like, I said something about Lexington Catholic or something, and they loved that shit because they probably all went there.
Okay. Well, just in case anybody's keeping score, this is Cleveland's Half-Ass Podcast. What's up, gentlemen?
What's going
on?
Welcome to my basement. I appreciate your patience because when people come over here, I go a little bit wackadoo. I just want everything to be right.
That's all good.
You guys met my dog, Carl.
We did.
Awesome. And Lucy, she's in the kennel over there. Today I'm hanging out with two, I always talk about whenever I do my show, I want to do life, art, music, entertainment, and everything 502. So today I feel as if I'm truly going to hang out with two of the 502's finest, Mr. Chris Bowers. God damn it. See, I'm going to cut that out, Mr. Chris Bowman. I'm thinking Chris Bowman. I'm thinking Chris Bowers because I was just talking about him earlier today. Mr. Chris Bowman.
He's forgettable, man.
Sorry, dude.
Hey,
sorry. Dude, there's like 8
starting
Chris's.
already.
Yeah,
Huh?
Seriously.
Starting already, huh?
There's like 8 Chris's around this town. Okay?
That's true.
I was just hanging out with Chris Crowder 2 days ago, talking about Chris Cognac. So, also with Chris Bowman. So you got to cut me a little bit of slack.
Yeah.
My man, I'm grateful that you're here. Yeah. I'm kind of wackadoo. I'm glad I'm waiting for that bud to kick in.
Yeah.
So that we'll be solid. But today we're hanging out with Chris Bowman and my man Will, Big Willie style.
Yep.
My man 50 grand, young Padawan.
Young Padawan.
Trying to figure out if he wants to lean to the left or to the right, to the dark side, to the light side. Which one's calling you harder right now, man?
Dark side.
Dark side?
Dark side.
Yeah. It's tough, man. When you get further and further away from people who hold you accountable, that's when it really starts to kick in.
Yeah. I don't know what we're talking about. What is the dark side? I'm
the
sure
dark
I'm
side, on the dark side of this practice, man. No, seriously, man. I say that you know what
playlist.
I mean. You know what I mean by Padawan, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Star
Padawan.
Wars.
Yeah, and
I get the reference, but okay, go ahead.
Light side or the dark side, because listen, man, this give me just a second. That dog is dropping.
Hey, you know, I was thinking about this the other day when I left here. It would be so much funnier if you never mentioned that Carl was
Yeah, don't
dog.
mention the dogs. Yeah, just
let
it happen.
Okay.
Yeah, let it.
Yeah.
But then it's even funnier when you're like, "God damn it, Carl, just go lay down."
Dude,
They
like,
think it's a human. It's like hands over, it's a dog.
We talked about this. You and I talked about this earlier. Man, when I got crazy anxiety and I just want stuff to be right. This is my home. This is my my fucking fortress of solitude. And I'd like for my friends when they come over to be like, man, this is a nice area, dude. And little stuff, the little tiny details drive me nuts. Like my dog dropping water all over the place. Go sit down, dude. I see you. There we go.
I like how you talk to him like he's a human.
That's what I'm saying. Like, just don't mention the dog, just so that way when people hear it, you're like, all right, Carl, I see, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, you are getting on my
When dogs
go
have
lay
human
down,
names,
Carl.
though, I like that too. Like when you give him like a Kevin. Yeah, I like
that's
that.
Carl and that's Lucy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
like
saying.
that.
It's so much
Okay.
funnier because people won't know. They'll be like, what the fuck? Like, Carl, are you drinking water again, Carl?
Yeah.
Go lay down, Carl.
From here on out, we won't mention
A bad roommate.
From here on out, I'll never. It's like the guy sleeping on the couch. No one ever talks about him.
God, every time I try to do a podcast, Carl, you got to get up. Like,
Dude,
you lay on the couch all day, Carl.
So, what I was talking about was the light side and the dark side, because this is such a crazy business, you know, and there's a lot of pitfalls left and right. And if you lose focus, you get pulled into that stuff, and before you know it, you never leave that level. You don't want to be the old dude at the club, you know. You want to be out. Right. You want to be in constant motion. And dude, the funnier you are and the more talented you are, the more people want to be around you, and the more they want to offer you cool stuff. And, you know, and before you know it, you don't know if you're a fucking sellout or whatever. You know what I mean? Right. So that's what I mean by make sure you stay on the light side of stuff, man. The light side, that's where the real money is, man. That's where the real money is.
He's saying don't do coke.
Well, I'm not going to just make all these crazy promises that I'm not going to keep.
That was the long way of saying don't do cocaine.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Cocaine is the light side, and black tar heroin is the dark side. Dude,
I'm saying.
Right, I'm glad. All right, I'm just glad we were all following along there. Like.
So talk to me about the 502 now that I got all that awkwardness bullshit out the way. Talk to me about what's going on in the 502. You said you're at a show in Lexington. No, we're going to talk about what happened. You were just talking about somebody, Evans. What was that show that you were on that you and Evan did?
That was in Lexington. That was
okay.
Yeah,
that's
that was
502.
Yeah, same thing. But yeah, we were doing a show. Is it Ethereal Brewing, which is like a new kind of spot, and it's like right by UK's campus. And it was a bunch of college kids there, which I think that was one of the first time I've done a majority college kid show.
Now, talk to me about the Lexington comedy scene versus the Louisville comedy scene.
I think the Lexington scene, and I hate to say this, I think that it's better.
Lexington is.
I think it's better. It's more close knit because there's not as many, right? There's probably only maybe 10 or so people that are actively doing comedy in Lexington.
Yeah. Okay.
But they're all so close knit. They all kind of want each other to be successful, and so they are. And if you think about the Killers, if you're talking, I'm talking about the Killers in the state of Kentucky, a lot of them come from Lexington.
Wow.
I mean, Joe Deuce, Larry Starks, Mike Fields, Jeremiah. I mean, all those dudes are beasts.
Okay.
And that's 4 out of the 10, so percentage-wise,
and see, this is me catching up, dude, because I pulled my head out the stand of comedy for like 10 years, and I'm just not going, okay, I'm ready to kind of jump back in and find out who's who and what's going on with who. That's what I mean by talking about Lexington scene. Dude, I haven't been to a show in Lexington. Good Lord, I couldn't tell you last time I set foot in Lexington.
They don't have mics, though.
That's true. They don't have any mics.
Because there's not a huge scene. There's not a huge following.
And that's why I've never really bothered to take a look at Lexington, because nothing really been coming up. But now that you come back and tell me, since you've been there and saw it, I'm like, okay, cool.
I've been in Lexington all the time. I like that.
Cool, all right. The thing about it is, man,
I'm excited to do that show.
Yeah, that's dope.
What show is that?
He's doing the same one next month.
Big shout out to Ethereal.
Ethereal Brewing. And it's a dope spot, yeah, and the owners are super cool. Everybody's cool there. So
okay. So how did it if I were listening to this right now, it's like, okay, so I live in Lexington. I had no idea this spot was going on. It's called Ethereal. How do I reach out to them and say, I mean, how do you get, do you know the website name or anything? You know what, I'm sure we'll leave it in the
Well, yeah. Look it up. I think you got to go through Mike and them to figure it out.
So, he's talking about audience going to watch.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We can. Yeah, we'll put it in later. I figure out how they.
So it's in. Is it off of campus? Is it near campus?
It's right across the street from the campus. Like it's pretty much on. I think it actually may be on campus. I don't know. It's very close.
Wow. Does Two Keys Tavern still exist?
Yeah.
It's so fun. I got a funny story about Two Keys Tavern. When you used to work at the Comedy Caravan, back when it was a Comedy Caravan, you did Monday night in Bloomington. This was before the Attic existed. Okay. Monday night in Bloomington, Tuesday night at Two Keys in Lexington, Wednesday, Thursday, 2 shows Friday, 3 shows Saturday, and a show Sunday in Louisville. And Two Keys Tavern, the last time I set foot in Two Keys Tavern was 9/11. It was me and J. Scott Holman. So funny. You probably don't know who J. Scott Holman is, dude. He's one of the legends that brought me up when I was a young Padawan and took me on the road with me. Took me on the road with him.
So he's got to be.
Oh, he passed. Yeah, he passed about 2-3 years ago.
See, now you feel like I asked.
Yeah. And you know what, dude?
This
is where patience comes in. You got to time it right, bro.
Well, I was gonna make a joke about how Cleveland's old as shit, and then I was like,
dude, you know what, man? You know what I mean? Timing. It's all about timing. If you would have just waited 2 more beats, you're gonna go, ooh, man, I'm glad I ain't say that.
Too late.
Yeah. Well,
Okay. So 2 Keys, and you said it's right across the street from campus or whatever?
Right, yeah.
Wow. So is it 21 and older? Can you get in there as an 18-year-old?
I think you can. Mm-hmm. I think that they probably ID you at the bar. Like, obviously, if you get a drink, they're going to ID you. But I think
it's different for performers, though. Like we were talking earlier about Evan Pride or Luke Willoughby and Jarrell Beeman. They're both comedians that are under 21, but I think they can be at a venue if they're performing.
Well, they had audience member. They had people who were definitely under 21 there, but they obviously weren't drinking, so.
It's probably like most places now. They have a bar license, a liquor license that takes over at one time, but there's a restaurant liquor license that supersedes that earlier in the day. So like,
now tell me about the difference between Louisville crowds and Lexington crowds.
I think that in my experience,
depends on the venue. I think it varies.
Does it?
On the venue.
Yeah, I mean, I say for the most part they're more lax than, because I think the Louisville crowds are a little bit more, for lack of a better term, woke, I guess. So, in my opinion, I think that Louisville, you can get away with less in Louisville than you can in Lexington.